Ever met someone who seems to make decisions with like zero hesitation? You know the person who walks into, they walk into a restaurant, maybe they glance at the menu and they say, "I'll have that." While you're still trying to read the appetizers. That's not luck, my friends. You know what that's called? That's called confidence. And today I'm going to show you how you exactly do those confident decisions just like that. Even when your inner voice seems to be screaming at you, "What if I mess up? Ah!" Hey guys, I'm Mark. Welcome to Hit the Mark Today. Positively impacting people every day by sharing the message of hope. And remember, this is your home for motivation, mindset, and also personal power. And if you've ever struggled, right, to trust your instincts, like I think we all have, or maybe you second-guessed every choice, understand that you're human. You're not alone. But here's the good news I want to share with you today. You can train your brain to decide boldly and confidently, no matter the situation. Let's break it down a little bit. See if we can get you to understand. Okay, in this first segment, I want to talk about something that's called the confidence myth. Understand, my friends, that most people think confidence comes from knowing they'll get it right. That's wrong. Nope, it just doesn't. Understand that confidence comes from believing you can handle it even if you don't. There's a huge difference, right? Between certainty and I guess you could say self-trust. Certainty, that sort of just waits for proof, don't you think? And I believe confidence creates the proof. What do you think? Send me a comment if you agree or don't agree. You don't build confidence by waiting to feel ready. You build it by making a choice and learning from what happens next. Right? That's how I believe decision making becomes your secret power. But wait a second. Here's another one called the confidence loop. Think about this for a second. Think of confidence just like a loop, right? You decide, then you act, then you learn, then you repeat. Decide, act, learn, repeat. You get it, right? And every time you make a decision, what you do is you gain experience. And every time you act, you gain clarity. Got me? And every time you learn, your confidence expands or grows. All right, Mark, but what if you stay in the thinking about it stage forever? Well, the loop never starts then. You can't gain confidence, my friends, from theory. You gain it from what I believe is motion. So stop rehearsing decisions in your head and start rehearsing them in real life. I hope that makes sense, my friends. All right. Here's another one for you. In this segment, this is called the 3 keys to confident decision making. Let's make this simple. All right. There's like I said, there's just 3 keys. That's all there is to that confident decision making. And the first one, is just start using it. I want you to start using it today. And it's called clarity. Understand, my friends, you can't make confident decisions if you don't know what you want. Get clear in your mind. Get clear on your goals and your values. And you got to ask yourself this question right here. Does this decision that I'm about to make move me closer to or farther from where I want to go? Hey guys, listen to this. Clarity kills confusion. All right, number 2, courage. You'll never eliminate fear. You just won't, guys. But courage, really, it just means, and I know you've heard this before, okay? It just means acting while you feel it. Every confident person, maybe that you admire, that you know, whether they be an athlete or some of the top leaders, or even some of those creators today, you got to understand that they feel fear too. They just don't let it drive, right? All right, let's keep going here. Number 3, commitment. My favorite word. Once you make a decision, commit to it. No mental backtracking, no wavering over anything, that just drains your confidence. Just stand by your choice. And if it doesn't work out, well, that's okay. Pivot with purpose. Not panic, my friends. All right. In this last segment 4, we're going to add a little humor and a little relatability to this. And hopefully it just brings all this together for you. Understand that we've all been there, right? You're paralyzed in maybe, the cereal aisle, staring down 50 types of oats, and everybody's looking at the sugar content and protein and all this stuff, like your entire future depends on this moment, that you have to make the right one. That's not indecision. It's called brain overload. I did a video about that. Check it out. The truth is, the more choices that we have, and oh my goodness, do we have so many choices today, the more anxious we tend to feel. So just simplify it. Narrow down your options, make the best call with what you know, and then move on. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Understand that nobody's confidence was built on reading 40 labels of granola or Cheerios or whatever, right? Hey guys, there's this segment that's called the mindset of decisive people. I got to cover this one. Confident decision making people, they don't focus on what they might lose. They focus on what they might gain. Did you get that? They understand that even if things don't go perfectly, which one does it, right? They're just going to not worry about it, and they'll adapt and improve. The real confidence comes from trusting your ability, my friends, to make those adjustments. That is what I call power. I guess you could also call that freedom as well. And guys, don't forget this. Remember that your best decision doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. Bam! Did you get that one? Own it. So let's wrap this up, my friends. So here's your challenge. You know how I like to do this every time I do a video. I want you again to make just one decision that you've been maybe putting off for a while. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Don't ask 10 people for their opinions or their wisdom. Just you decide, you commit, and then move forward. Go for it. I believe in you. Understand that confidence, it doesn't show up before the decision, like I said earlier. It shows up because of the decision. Did you get that? Hey guys, if this video today gave you a little boost and maybe a little bit of clarity and courage, do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe button. And I always try to encourage people. I know you know somebody that needs this encouragement, so share it with them. Maybe they just need a little push today, and maybe it's a friend of yours or a work colleague. Go ahead and send it to them. And don't forget to watch part 3. This next video that I'm doing is going to called How to Stop Overthinking Before You Decide. And I want you to remember this, my friends, today. Okay? Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about trusting that no matter what happens, did you get that? You'll handle it. Now do me a favor there and hit the mark today.